Happy Monday night, everybody. It is December 1st. So, welcome to the new month. Um, just getting some of the stuff set up here like every Monday night. Um, Super excited for tonight's live. We got Brandon Murray who's going to come on, and he is awesome. So, um, sorry, just trying to get everything set up over here on the Facebook side. And I'm going to do my shares and stuff so then we can let's bring Bob on actually, and he can kind of talk you guys through some of this stuff while I am sharing. So, sorry, it takes a couple minutes to get this stuff done, as you guys know. So I'm super excited for tonight, and got lots of stuff we're going over, getting to know Brandon Murray a little bit more. For those people who don't know him, um, amazing guy, one of the best people that I've come in contact with Short Porch. He's just phenomenal. Um, Day I met him, we just hit it off and we chatted um, like it was nothing, and we talk hitting, we talk just about everything. We talked on the phone one day for, gosh, probably an hour, 2 hours the first time we talked on the phone. And it was about life, about his experience traveling out here to the West and the time he spent out here. For those local to Northern California, he spent some time in Modesto. I believe it was Modesto. Met Vita Blue. So that was one of the coolest stories that got to talk to her about. Um, so, just trying to get all the shares done. Hopefully, hey, Kason, hey, Dennis, how are you guys doing? The computer's being slow, of course. Every time you want to do something right is when it wants to lag just a little bit. So, let's see. I'm gonna copy this again, and then we'll put it over here. Depending on how people get on is how we send uh, the, the link over to them. Sometimes we'll do Facebook Messenger. Sometimes we'll do text message. So he might end up getting a text message if this doesn't work. Um, Let me go ahead and start sharing while we try and get this all going. Sorry, this is the part that takes a few minutes, and I know it sucks for you guys to sit there and watch this part. Let's see. Well, you know what? I'll just do it later. So, trying to fix this one little part. Okay, let's just, we're just going to text Bob first and get him on since Messenger is not wanting to open up for me. So, he's going to have to come in this way first. And then we'll bring Brandon on. We got lots of stuff to talk about tonight. One thing for any of you guys, Short Porch customers, or anybody who's been around Short Porch, ordered anything from them, if you guys could go to the Short Porch Facebook page, it's almost like a riddle, and write a review. Really helps. We're trying to get, I think we're at like a 98% review rating. So our goal is to get to 50 reviews at least by the end of the week. 100 would be phenomenal. But I believe we are around 40-ish, so we got some time this week to get that done. Rob Peters has been heading that up and really trying to get those going. But so please go on, write a review. Anything on the Google reviews, everything helps, right? So especially coming into the Christmas season. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Left Field Lounge. Monthly, you get a limited drop shirt. I don't have mine on this week. So every month it's something new. Leslie designs it, and I mean, she knocks it out of the park. I know on one of the previous lives, Jeff was saying that December is one that he wants, and she won't give him one. So kind of funny there. Um, so yeah, so go on, get that. If you know somebody who wants some short porch gear, that is a great Christmas gift. So get them, get people, you know, a subscription there, and we're gonna just send Brandon the message. So let's get him on. For some reason, being a little finicky to try and get Bob on, but we will get him on with us. And Brandon, you should have the invite, um, and then we will get everything going from there and start chatting. I know it's 8 o'clock back there, so try and get any of our East Coast guests on and get everything done so they don't have to wait up all night because that's a lot for them. My computer was going all crazy. So let's see. Hopefully Brandon got that text. Uh, yeah, it says it's delivered. And then we will. Other news: Blackout X's are on pre-order. So hit up a rep for the Blackout X. They are going to go quick. I don't think anybody believed how quickly they sold out last time. So they are going to go like crazy. So make sure you hit up your rep, get your pre-order in, and um, we will get your name on the list. Obviously, you got to pay for it beforehand with your rep, so that way you are guaranteed to get one. I know it was crazy how quick uh, they went that first time. So let's make sure answer a few questions. Courtney, we are based out of, so a lot of us are on the West Coast that run the Short Porch West Coast side, but Short Porch itself is out of, originated in Georgia. So that's where their home base is. And um, we have just grown since they got their first, since they broke into the softball market, baseball and softball, and then senior softball, and now taking U Trip by storm and ASA. So it's pretty crazy how quickly we have grown. Um, so let me see. Carlos, you're a new rep in Central California. Let's see. I'm Brandon right now. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Hold on one. Let me get comfortable.
Sorry, I'm having
What's
a little problem
happening?
getting Bob on right now.
Oh, Bob ain't getting on?
Oh no, his it won't let me invite him on for some reason. So,
Okay.
but happens. We'll get him on here somehow.
All right. What's going
But
on? How are you?
I'm good, good. A little cold out here for what Northern
Is it cause
California
it,
is.
yeah, it's temperatures dropped bad here in Atlanta. So it's gotten cold.
Yeah, so it was like 48 degrees here yesterday, which is pretty chilly for us. So, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do a demo day. Bob's driving down to me this weekend, and we're gonna do a demo day on Saturday out here with the new BP balls. So
Okay.
yeah, try and get some guys to swing all the different short porch bats that we got, and
Mm-hmm.
let them see what's out there, and get the movement out west even more than it is back east with you guys.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm yawning a little bit. So
It's it's good. It's late back there. So
yeah,
tell
it's
us a
about
little
eight
bit
something.
about tell us a little bit about you and like how you came about and how you started playing softball.
Softball, cool. I'm from my hometown is a town called Picayune, Mississippi. It's about 40 miles north of New Orleans. So we're connected to the greater New Orleans area. My mom lived in Picayune, and go south 10 miles, you'll hit Slidell, Louisiana.
Mhm.
and it's kind of Honey Island Swamp area down there. My grandmother lived there, so I kind of back and forth that. And like I said, that's the greater New Orleans area. Then you go west, Baton Rouge is about 60 miles from there. So that's close to LSU. So that's where
Mhm.
my passion for all LSU came from. So that's where born and raised. And softball got started off with some of my buddies that play now, some seniors, Roger Hyatt, Craig Penn, Scott Arban, Coach Jerry Todd. A lot of those guys back home in Picayune got me started when I was young. You know, I played a little church league with Roger and them out of McNeil First Baptist a long time ago, and kind of fell in love with it then, went on to school, played a little ball then, and bounced around with intramurals. Um, got out of that, was bored when I got out of school, 96. Really didn't know much about as far as tournament ball.
Mhm.
Um, and then had some friends of mine played and just progressively started playing. Back in those days, if you was on what they call a C team, it wasn't, if you go to a tournament, it was one size fits all.
Yeah.
Like if you was C, you didn't matter. You going to play A and double A, and it doesn't matter whatever tournament you're in. There wasn't a lot of those variations during the year.
Mhm.
Your C or B's or D's would be separated by state. Then you go from there to your nationals. So, and then it progressively went from there. And Mike McCarron, who used to be at Dudley, I think he still is, kind of got me involved with some better A teams down in that area. And then who really gave him my first shot was a guy named Bubba Tatum. Love him to death. He's passed now. He had all the great Mississippi teams that won a lot of A Worlds with Craig Upton. You guys know Craig with Combat. Craig was on that group. Some other guys, Richard White, Shea Cooper, Tommy Sherman still playing, Clay Hudson, some of those guys. And from that, I moved on to Budweiser Worth. That's when Greg Hutchison, Frankie Summerlin gave me my shot. That was early 2000s. And Wendell Rickard was on that team, Derek Williams, the Smith twins, Jeff and Gerald, Ray Cowart, Ronnie James, Dennis Mendoza Chavo, um, gosh, I'm missing God. I'm missing some great players on there. We had some dudes on that team. God Almighty, who if I miss somebody, I hate it, but just some just wonderful players and taught me a lot. And progressively just went from that playing major with the vinyl teams, L&L Paint, TNR Stucco, Johnny Blazes, Taylor Made Mizuno, on and on. So finished up around 2011, 2012, and was burned out. Didn't want nothing with softball ever again. Hated it because I was so burned out with it. Stepped away for about, gosh, man, I'm 52, for about 10 years. Started coaching travel ball at the highest level possible, coming out of East Cobb and all that stuff every weekend. And just kind of, I had a friend of mine, Troy Brumlow, said many times, asked me about playing senior ball when I was turning 50. And I was like, what in the hell is senior ball? I thought he was talking about league ball. I swear I
Right.
stick. I was like, senior ball? I was like, softball? I kid you not. He'll remember this. And I really thought it was like league ball. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, I'll play some. He says, no, man, like 50. I was like, 50 years old? I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And the rest is history. So here I sit. So,
Isn't it crazy? Like that's kind of how I came into it. Was I retired for a while, and injuries, work, and just family. And then a friend goes, "Come on, come play senior ball with me." And it's
right.
40s, and I'm like, "Well, how many tournaments, a month? Because some of these people are playing every weekend, 5 nights a week." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Man,
You
I
talk
can't."
about it at the senior level.
Well, it just in general, because I mean, we have tournaments out here every weekend with the one group out here. So you can
Okay.
play every weekend. You could play every night of the week except for Saturday night. Then you're playing tournaments. And I'm like, I can do one tournament a month. And then so having to learn the 5 runs an inning, all that kind of stuff was a little bit of a learning
Yeah.
curve, but love it. I love the senior game.
I do too. I tell you what, I got to be honest. When I first came back, I didn't know how I felt about either with the 5 or the 7, depending on what tournament you're in, what association you're in. I didn't know how I felt about that because I was so accustomed to playing A major, where it's kind of like you get what you get. And but then I started playing a little bit more, and there's a lot of strategy behind that stuff, man. You have to be, if you got the match run for run, I mean, it can get away from you in a hurry if you don't strategically do it correct. I mean, you've got to use your home runs wisely, and I mean, there's more upsets in senior softball than there ever is in the conference. You can take, like, I'll throw this out there, like Suncoast. They've run the rules for a while. Fat Boys won it this year. We've had a great run at it, and I'm telling you, man, it's easy to see an upset on the weekend because of that run rule. Because if you go back and forth and you don't match and you get away from it, next thing you know, you're chasing. It's 30 to 17 going into open with 3 home runs left, and you got to match. So it puts a lot of emphasis on intelligent hitting, is what I like to call it. You've
Yes.
got to be able to hit the ball. You just cannot give that. You have to score.
Well, Bob and I have talked about this before because he plays at the double A level.
Mhm.
And, the women's game, we don't hit, 6, 7 home runs. We have a limit of 6 a game at the major level.
Absolutely. Can I ask you a question? Do y'all play with the 11 inch or is it the 12 inch? What do y'all play with?
11-inch.
Do y'all play? Okay, I'm just curious.
So, I mean, there's girls that can hit it out, no doubt about it.
Hey,
But
listen, I've seen it. I know.
but I mean, it's more that strategy game. Like, you guys have to really plan. I mean, everybody on your team can hit the ball out of the park,
Correct.
major plays. So, but I mean, you don't want ending any outs. Like, like, okay, come on, we got to use them smart, guys.
You have to. You have to. But my boy Bob, he's might be playing double A, but that exit velo is getting picked up. He's working on that exit velo. He's
Yep.
uh he's
Just a
becoming
little
the
bit.
he's becoming the middle killer out here. So
Keep that to a minimum. Just
he's
it's
working on that
your fault.
velo.
It's
That
totally your
velo's
fault.
Well, he started adapting that T work and that velo work, man, and it's starting to pay off. I'm proud of him. Way to hit it, Bob. Good job, buddy.
Yeah,
98.
and
That's
that's
the velo
that's
right
what's
now.
interesting is that so you see everybody like, okay, what's a lot of people don't focus on like swing speed to try and get into some of these
Mhm.
bats, and they're like, oh, let's see our exit velo, let's see how far we can hit a ball. Well, there's so
Correct.
much more than just being able to hit the ball 500 feet.
A
You
hundred
know,
percent. It's I say it because I get that question asked a lot. My BP routine, and Philip Edwards hits with me mostly, or Rob Taylor.
mm-hmm.
And those both those guys are great ball players. Rob at the young man's game, Philip obviously plays with me. And both of them, you can ask them. I'm very boring in BP. They both will tell you I rarely try to hit home runs in BP at all. I try to work middle and away and work that 5-6 hole to base hit. And I may at the end 5, 6, 7, 8 balls free up and have a little bit of fun with it, but it's merely those we're hitting the short porch rubber ball, which is fantastic. You are
That
not
ball's
busting no bat.
ridiculous. She's
And
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
to
tell
hit
you
the fence.
something else. What I love about that ball, and I found out it, and I found out. Listen to me, guys. I'm so sorry. I've been out in this cold weather, so my brain don't function in cold weather.
No
So
worries.
anyway, what I did find out about that rubber ball that Jeff and them put out, I'm gonna tell you something. It's not a forgiving ball. It is designed to show you instant feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to let you know that mistake in a heartbeat. And I'm going to tell you something else. What I really started finding out about it is it lets you know real quick, like if you get real handsy, you start coming out of your legs, you can hit it 80, 82 miles an hour velo if you hit it good. But when you start coming out of your legs and you start getting handsy, that ball lets you know in a heartbeat because it goes absolutely, it dies. It's like hitting a pillow. But I tell you what, when you're hitting proper and for you to start driving it, like trying to hit it through the fence, you start staying in your legs, you start fatiguing in them hamstrings and them glutes real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I found out. So it lets
You
you
start
know
to
when you're
shut it
doing it right
down.
or wrong. Absolutely, it does. You got to stay in your legs, and the body will respond when you do something proper or obviously wrong. But in
Right.
this case, proper, and it gets to my hamstrings pretty tight. And Big Rob can vouch for that because he does the same thing. Big Rob Taylor, so I'm referring to our U Trip guy. Y'all know him, big
Oh
boy.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are almost, when people see you on your feed, it's almost like you're twins out there because you guys are about the same
He's a
size.
big boy. Rob's about 6'4", about probably. I ain't gonna pick on him. He's right now. He's pretty jacked. He's about probably 270, and he is not a fat dude. I'm about 6'3", probably. I'm probably 255, 260 right now, pending what I eat. So he's not a
That's
small dude at all. And like I said, he's a big boy. Looks like a Rob looks more like a defensive end if you would seen.
not like a linebacker. So he's
No
not
defensive
fast.
end. Two. Yeah, he can run. He's too big to be a linebacker.
Well,
So
Rachel's going to get a chance to hit these balls this weekend. I'm bringing them all. 100 and some odd of them. I'm bringing them down to her.
Talking about the new rubber ones that
Yep.
Jeff and them put out. So
Yep.
you haven't hit those yet, Rachel?
no. So I
You
discussed with
remember I
Rob.
told you this. You're gonna find out what I've been saying. You're gonna be like, oh wow, that's going nowheres. Because I'm telling you, you don't hit it flush. It
Okay.
is a soft pillow, which is
280. That's my
good.
max right now. 280 is my max.
So me and Rob did a home run derby, kind of. So he beat me. We weren't competing. He hit 11, and I hit I think nine or seven, give or take. Who's counting? But we're on a little high school baseball field a couple weeks ago. Before I went to Lone Harbor Bombers in Springfield, which was 2 Saturdays ago. We were on a Thursday, and we went live on that. And we're hitting on a baseball field, and I'm here to tell you, um, it was a challenge. We was trying to absolutely trying to hit everything through the fence, and if you cut it, it would. I'm telling you, I've seen more knuckleballs and balls move 11 feet left or 11 feet right because you that ball is it's designed to work you, and that's what it's supposed to do
It
That's
dances
good.
big time.
for sure.
So you do a lot of BP. How often
Yep.
do you BP?
Usually I'm a 2 day a week. Sometimes if I'm real funny about things. I have routines that I don't get off of. Like I know you've heard me mention T work. Like I'd rather I'll usually go if I don't feel real good with my swing, which sometimes that happens, I'll spend a lot of time off the tee. And that's probably I'll probably hit 100, 150 balls, but I move the tee around and I'm working on things, my hands, and obviously keeping my stride short and making sure everything's firing proper, barrel path, hands inside the ball. I usually do that. I'll tone the tee down if my swing feels really good, and my BP sessions will consist of probably 70 balls on a Tuesday and probably 50 on a Thursday. Now, if I have a Friday game, I'll go Monday and Wednesday. Does
Gotcha.
that make sense?
Yep.
But if I have a late Friday game or early Saturday, I'll go ahead and hit Thursday, if I'm making sense there. So,
Yep.
but if I have that early morning Friday game like it's possible at our level, I won't hit past Wednesday. But most of the time, it's 2 days a week, no more than 200 balls live.
Hmm.
And then the tee work, I don't care who you are. If you're going to do multiple reps, you can sit there and pass out hitting off the tee. I firmly believe that because you're just working on nothing mechanics. And when you're doing a mechanical swing, when you're working on things to make your swing proper, more is good sometimes because you're just getting that good muscle memory because you can control the narrative because the ball's not coming at you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, you can feel too off the tee work, from my opinion, is what
Yes,
you're doing wrong.
you can definitely work on things. And like I said, the most things I see in softball that people make and you wish they would ask more often, as I see a lot of guys and some girls, guys more prone to do it, is I see a lot of leaking, which goes to casting a little bit. They start
Mhm.
getting their barrel where that barrel wants to run toward that, not that left field line, but when they're coming through the zone, it goes toward that foul pole into that foul pole area, which they start leaking because, obviously they're leaking and casting. You see that quite a bit, which is a lot of pull side and weak ground balls, and people make that mistake quite often. And I think sometimes some guys and girls don't know how to fix that. I see that a
Yeah.
lot.
Ryan Harvey just put out a pretty good
Did
video
he? I didn't
on
see that.
casting.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, hey, that's a good one. Ryan would know that Joker. He's another
Yeah.
one. He's a monster. He's an animal. He's a big boy, and he's a big boy with a good swing, and he definitely going to be the man to tell you about it. So if he's talking about leaking and casting, y'all pay attention. The man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. And I
He
think it was
goes
like a
through tangents.
short,
Yeah.
Was it?
yeah,
I didn't see it.
it was a short, like 30-second video. And I just
Okay.
saw it in the last couple days.
Was it
Floating
okay? That's
around.
cool. I had no clue. Awesome. So well, there you go. Common theme, right? I just brought it up too. So
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing that I've seen a lot more is we had shared that one video of the guy with the net in the middle, just hitting off the tee, trying to hit the ball straight into the net, and not
about you
out.
talking about like the net being like 40 feet out?
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
I tell you who does that, who's a master at that. You really want to get an education on that is Ron Yeager.
Okay.
That is Jaeger 101 right there. He'll put that net out there a good 40 feet and get his tee, and that's what he's working on, trying to hit it back through that hole, right through that middle. He constantly does that drill. That's every time I see somebody do it, I think of Ron because that's his bread and butter. I'm telling you, and that's you have to be on it, and you got to know what you're doing to do that, or balls are going to fly everywhere.
Well, and that was the one that I saw. I think it was this morning or last night. That it was somebody from another bat company, but he was working on his swing and he was trying to hit that net. I mean, the first one probably went 400 feet above the net, and then the next one still above it, and then the last one finally hit it, and
Started
he
get
broke the net.
Well,
So
that's true, but like I said, Ron Yeager does it, and I've seen that dude hit 50 balls at that, and he may have missed two. He's
mhm.
that good at that. I'm telling you, he's legit with that drill. He's real good at it.
Then the other kind of viral one that's going around is where they have targets set up that
Yeah,
guys hitting the turkey targets.
Yep.
Uh,
yeah, I saw that the other day. Kind of just having fun with it.
yeah,
That's fun. Those are cool little fun drills you do, but and that's fun. That's okay, and I get it. But if you're gonna do targets, man, go get you some cones and put them in the infield or the outfield. Work on trying to hit those cones. You want to emulate an actual game situation, and those are fun. I know what they're doing. It's just kind of an indoors thing, trying to pop it
3
from
feet
here
on
to
the
here to
left side
here.
of second,
It's
3 feet
like
on the right
it's
side.
like you're like bowling pretty much, hitting pins, but you're doing it with the bat and ball. Because when you take BP, and I understand what they're doing, it's fun, but when you're taking batting practice, you want to do everything you can to make situations translate to the game. Make your BP so difficult on yourself. Hold yourself to a standard where things are so hard for you and so uncomfortable. When you get to the game, it's easy on you. If
Agreed.
you're a guy that hits the ball backside constantly and you struggle pull side, man, work on your game pull side. Get targets over there. Make it hard. Make it uncomfortable. That's you because the thing about hitting a softball or a baseball, what you do great, you'll always be able to do great at. It's
yeah,
those uncomfortable things. It's kind of like you go to if you're a high ball,
mhm,
you struggle hitting that high pitch and you're locked in and you go, oh God, man, I hope my first game man against a guy that throws a high pitch. Well, by God, first thing's gonna happen. You get a guy who's like Rob Roop's gonna send it up there 18 feet, it looks like, and you're gonna be struggle bus USA. So you want to work on stuff like that constantly. It makes you uncomfortable because the more you do it, the better you're gonna be. Like I said, make your batting practice so difficult that game situations just second nature. Here it is. I got this. No matter what, I got this. I got this, coach. It's where you want to be, especially from a mental point of view when you're competing.
Mhm.
yeah, and that's what Bob and I talk about it quite often is BP with a purpose.
Yep.
Like, you know,
Absolutely.
you see
100%.
you see all these guys go out there and they just want to hit the ball as far as they can. Like, oh, I hit like 18 home runs in BP.
I,
Like, great. You want a cookie?
that's, yeah, that's fine and dandy. But, like I said, when it comes to winning natties, it's going to be all about teams that run it around the ballpark. It's that simple. Who can hit it line to line? And in our division, who's going to carry those 4 and 5 home runs that open inning? And that's
Yeah.
what's going to win it. And
Mhm.
like I said, we got walked off by Reggie Rams because we was up 7 and they had like 4 to hit and they walked us off. That's how we got put out in Vegas on that Sunday. So
Just almost seems simple, right? Like, if we would
yeah,
have done this, it would have been no problem. But when you get out there to execute, it's not simple.
and it goes back to pushing yourself, pushing your limits, pushing your physical preparation, your mental preparation. Man, when you're physically prepared, mentally prepared, you're going to have a lot of successes on the ballpark. That's taking care of your body.
Hmm.
I'm not saying go in there and be the next Greg Hartwick. If y'all don't know Wick's a unicorn. He's 49, turning 50, and probably the number one lifter in USPA right now. He used to be major player from back in the day, lives in Little Rock. I mean, guys, a 800-pound squat, 550 bench. It's crazy, just unbelievable strong. So everybody can't go in there and do what he does. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you got to take care of your body. You have to listen to it. I can't emphasize it. I talk about hamstrings as those are my Achilles heels. I have to constantly stretch all the time to make sure my hamstrings aren't beat up because they got a little beat up toward the end of the year. Didn't affect my play. No excuses, none of that crap. But I have to monitor that. And sometimes I can't go do it 52 years old, what I could do at 42. I want to go over and work on a stiff legged deadlift sometimes. Well, my hamstrings won't allow that, but
Right.
that's okay. So I can go over and do some walking lunges under control. It's listening to your body, taking care of your body, because there's an old saying goes, a body in motion stays in motion, a
Yep.
body in rest stays in rest. So whatever that is to make yourself be physically prepared, you're only going to be that much better at the ball game when you get there, when you're physically prepared. I firmly believe in that.
So, what is your pregame warm up? Because I think as especially everybody who's still playing rec ball, right? They go, "Oh, I'm just showing up at game time. I'm not stretching. I'm not warming up." But I think the older we get, the more important that is. And I'm completely guilty of not properly stretching before a game.
On the weekends, which I don't play league ball, I haven't played league ball in years, but you know, obviously we're going to hit a little bit of BP. Now, most of my teammates know I'm not going to hit 40 balls in BP. I'm just not doing that before we play because like I said, once again, I'm going to go back to saying if you need 30 to 40 balls to warm up for the weekend, you didn't hit your BP or something's wrong during the week.
Yep.
You should be 10 to 15, get in and get out, loosen up. So what I do is I do what you call I do so many assisted Cossack squats on the fence. I'll do what you call 90 hip stretches and stuff of that nature. I'll do some crossovers, stuff like that to get my hammies, cobra stretches, frog stretches. I got a routine because some of my teammates look at me over there like you half crazy with some of the stretching I do. Cat cows, you can stretch out my spine. I'll
Yep.
do some light Jefferson curls for your spine just to crack it and open up. And I do things like that. But once I get loosened up like that throughout the day, all that stuff slows down and my body starts warming up.
I think that's our big. I think across the board, men's, women's, 40s or young kids all the way up to the 80s. I think we forget to stretch and we kind of take it for granted sometimes. Until that injury happens, then you're like, oh man, I really have to do that.
I do my best to avoid that like the plague, but I promise you, I stretch. I constantly stretch. I mean, constantly over there. But like I said, once it's 15, 20 minutes before the game and I'm over there laid down on something, whether it's the ground if it's dry or if there's a little tee with some astroturf with side little tees areas to hit on, I'll lay over there and stretch and I'll sit over there 20 minutes and I'm telling you I'm stretching, 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 stretching until I feel good and then I'll get rocking and rolling with that.
That's awesome. Uh, Talk to us about long haul bombers. Like, how'd you get kind of started with that, and then kind of how it's just been revamped this past year?
Well, I did it back around '07 and '08 back in the day for Mizuno and I had a little run with it then. And then obviously walked away from it back then. But let's almost say Jeff Hall and Mark Thomas got it going again, and they were really putting a lot of feet out on it, and they wanted to bring what we call young man's ball into it, and he wanted senior ball. Um, and that's pretty much how it happened. And Jeff was trying to do his best to get it going, and they got it going pretty good. Now it's becoming a monster, man. It's getting a lot of momentum, and people are wanting to come out and hitting these things because now it's like what Jeff calls them his grassroots events where guys can pay to get in and compete to win and accumulate points to get to a final event that that'll be to be announced toward the end of next year where you get to compete to go win for a manufacturer's cup. It's cool, but you
Oh,
got
that's
to enter
awesome.
those events kind of like what you'll see in California around around my birthday, matter of fact, 22nd, which somewhere is around that window, where they'll do it. And you'll see there'll be an open division.
Hmm.
There'll be a 40s, there'll be a 50s, and 55, whatever. And you'll go out there and you'll hit. You'll pay $25, sign up, and you're gonna hit it and you're gonna win.
Nice.
And you'll accumulate your points, and you're trying to establish yourself to get to wherever their choice of stadium is to compete at the end of the year to win it. And that's how you get in. He's going to start having those all over the country. So
And the field you guys are hitting at out here, I looked it up, and it looks like it's a pretty nice little
it's
park.
a poke. It's a typical stadium. I want to say 390 in the gap, not in the gap, 390 to the center, 375, 330. So a typical minor league park. We're in Hammonds Field, like I said, the last one we hit up there. which is a double A for the Cardinals, 405 to center, typical park at that moment. But that was a good event. But getting back to long haul bombers, man, it's actually, as like I said, I've said many a times, I'm having more fun now than I did back then. Um, and it's because I'm just light years ahead than I was back then. I mean, I'm just so thankful and grateful that the good Lord gave me a second chance to do this,
Yep.
you know, because I didn't end it the way I wanted to. So, and Jeff and Leslie gave me a platform to come back out here and do it again. And then Jeff Hall and Mark Thomas believed in me as a bomber to get out there and represent the senior circuit. I'm not sitting here trying to say I'm gonna compete against the young men. I'm not getting into that world. But as far as the senior goes, but make no mistake, if they want to have a fun event, I'd give everything I could to compete against them.
Yep.
Will never back down from that. But that's their world. Bradley Jones, Ryan Harvey, Cal
Mhm.
Pearson, them guys are legit. They hit it a mile, and it's awesome to see them hit it. But as far as that goes, man, I'm just so thankful that those guys believed in me and gave me an opportunity to come back out here and have fun and do it again. And that's where I'm at, man. This is all about fun for me now. And I'm just trying to help grow the game, grow short porch, just trying to meet people along the way, man, that kind of like kind and quality. Just help people on the way, man. That's what I think it's all about. Pay it forward. It took me a long time to figure that out. It's not about me, it's about we, it's about us. It's
Yep.
what I say. It's about us. And I do believe that's what the good Lord wants us to be. It's about us. I'm not preaching. I'm sorry for that if I offend somebody, but I do believe in that. It's about us. It's
Yep.
not about me. It's not about you. We all, I've always said it. This country needs one big ass hug right now.
For sure.
That's what this country needs. We've seen so much negative crap in the news. We see it daily, but that's what the platform's all about for me. It's making it a better place. Hey, one swing at a time, one step at a time.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
And
you
that's
think
and I
about it.
believe in that in my heart.
We all come from different walks of life, different
Absolutely.
backgrounds. Softball's something that brings us together. So
100%.
when we get out there, I mean, we shouldn't be arguing. We shouldn't be, I mean, if it's the friendly banter, shit talking, great, but it's
That's
that,
I ain't cutting you off, Rachel. You never hear me argue with that. That's called a competitive ego.
yep,
And anybody that gets between them lines has it. When it's
get that.
over, when it's over, then that's when the competitive ego's got to go back into the bat bag. It's
Yep,
over. We're
Shake
off the
hands.
field. It's
Have a
cool.
good time.
And that's it. It's over with. Let it go.
Yep.
I take losses sometimes personal. Sometimes I got a guy. I got to walk off, go get me a small cup of Coke Zero to calm down when I lose, and my teammates know that. I just got to calm down, and
yep,
it's taken me till I was 50 years old to understand that. Instead of just blowing a fuse like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's not. That's what I call it, a competitive ego, because we all have it. Every competitive person on this planet that plays whatever sports you're in has it.
yeah. And kind of on that note, was kind of cool. I just saw a video earlier today too. Two of the Texas football players. It was their last game at the home stadium yesterday, and
Talk
just to kind
about when they Texas A&M.
no, University of Texas.
Yeah,
So
University of Texas when they played Texas A&M.
I think so. It was just this past weekend.
Yeah, they
So
played A&M. Yes, they played them Friday. Correct.
two of the seniors just afterwards, it was probably one of the most like endearing videos I've seen. And I think because I've been there too, you've been there, where the one guy's just sitting in the end zone, just soaking it all in. Like, hey,
Ain't no
this is our
doubt.
last game. Like, I'm not coming back here. And then
Just
another
create
senior
memories.
came over and sat next to him, and it was cool to see. That brought them together, and they were probably from two completely different walks of life, and you know,
Nothing will ever bring a community together. Rather it's softball, football,
mhm,
baseball, basketball, soccer, lacrosse, whatever it is, like sports.
yep,
Because there's one thing about sports, and I tell folks, you can't fake who you are.
Yep.
You might fake for a little while, but it's going to catch up who you are. Rather you're a piece of crap or you're
yep,
a true good human being, because you can't run from your sisters and brothers inside that locker room.
hmm,
It's going to get told on you quick.
yep,
Very
And
quick.
there's nothing that brings it together like that. And that's the one thing I love about ball. You can't fake who you are,
Yep.
and
good
it
or
shows your
bad.
character.
That's what I mean. Good or bad, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
And that's what
And
I
then
love about my guys for Short Porch. I have got some wonderful teammates. I love them guys, and I'll do anything in the world for them dudes.
and that's what's so awesome. I mean, short porch tent in Vegas this year. I mean, you could just feel, the family aspect. You know,
Absolutely.
it
And
was
you got
amazing.
and you got to give credit to Jeff for creating that. Him and Leslie, just creating that environment, man, just where people come up. It's like, kind of like you it's like sitting around your grandpa, back there. Come on in, son, get you a cold drink or something. You just
Yep.
open up the door. My grandmother, son, you want some sweet tea? Something
Yep.
like that, and that's what it should be. And they've
It's
created an
family first.
environment like that where people feel welcome when they come up to the tent. Now I can't speak for the other ones because I don't go over there, but I know
Yeah.
how it is over there. Dave Velasquez has done a good job. Just talk, 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 talk in a positive way. I'm sitting there with y'all too, watching y'all interact with people, man. There's no stupid question. And that's what, somebody walks up, you guys don't make them feel awkward or uncomfortable. And that's what's a special group. I see Todd talk to people.
Yep.
That's what makes it special. It's got to be family and family first for it to
Yep.
work. Everybody has a role. That's
Yeah.
what makes teams grow.
Yep. It's on the back of my jerseys every Sunday. Family first.
Ain't no doubt. For
And
sure.
that's exactly what Jeff and Leslie have built is a
Yep.
family.
Family first.
Hey, speak it out. I was got to tell you one more thing. I've got a lot of people calling me about I was going to tell you, I had to mention that. I forgot to tell you guys. The X Bat.
Uh huh.
They're not available nowhere. It's not Smash It, not Headbangers. It's
Yeah.
sold out throughout the country. So anybody's listening, if you want the X Bat, go to Short Porch, order it. They're on pre-sale, started today, and I think by the end of I want to say end of December they'll be shipping out. So with that, and also go in there and look at that left field lounge stuff. That's some pretty cool stuff. You get your
Yeah.
surprise
She got
shirt.
some stuff.
That's cool stuff. If you
Yep.
got go in there, check it out. It's called Lesville Lounge. Could be a hoodie, could be a shirt. It's like a gag gift, it's surprise, whatever it is. It's really cool.
I don't
So,
know about
Well,
gag gift. That's some pretty nice little hoodies right there.
but you know what I mean. It's not a
Yeah. Yeah.
gag
For
gift.
sure.
I should word
White
it, but you know
elephant.
what I mean. It's a surprise hoodie. You know what I'm saying, or surprise
Absolutely.
shirt or whatever. But they're all nice. So,
well,
but
and
go
what
in
people
there,
don't realize is Leslie does, giveaways too, to where you might
hundred
end up
percent.
with a bat with your shirt because
Hundred
she's like,
percent. So much better than a gag. If I don't know what word I was looking for right there. So, Ms.
It
Leslie,
worked.
I'm sorry. I don't mean it that way. You know what I was talking. That's the South coming out in me. You know better than that. So
Yeah.
you
She'll
do
watch this
great.
tomorrow and see that.
Nah,
We'll all be
she nah,
celebrating on
no,
Thursday.
no, no, no. Talking about how it works, but but other than that, good stuff.
Yep.
so on your bat it says paw paw patch. So explain to people who don't know what that is.
That actually goes back to, believe it or not, that goes back to me and Jeff Hall. And
Yep.
I give Jeff a lot of credit there. Jeff tells me I stole it from him. He don't mean nothing by that. We always say, and it's one of those things we talk about. If you ever go out there to the country where we're from, and you Pawpaw's cutting his grass on his massive Ferguson's John Deere, and you walk out your back door, it's kind of like on the back 40 the acres out there, and we call that the Pawpaw patch. So when we say hit it to the Pawpaw patch, we talking about not beyond the fence. We talking about a good parking lot outside that paw. The pawpaw patch is a long way, is what we call it. That's why we say hit it to the pawpaw patch. It's like I said, you like you on your back, and he's in that back 40 cutting that grass on that tractor. That's what we talk about when we say hit it to the pawpaw patch.
So just hit it to the back 40 and you're good.
That's the back 40. It's the big boy field or the big girl field, whatever world you're in. But that's
Yep.
what referred to. And I give Jeff Hall a lot of credit on that because Halsey does say that a lot as well.
I
So
told a few of my girls that, and they looked at me like, "Are you crazy? Like, what did you just drink before you said that?" And I had
what
to explain to them what it
hit
was.
it to the pawpaw patch?
Yeah,
That is a southern saying. I can assure you of that.
yeah. So I explained it to them. I said, when we were up in Vegas, I said, "You see that mountain back there? That's the Paw Paw Patch."
There you go. That means if you gonna hit one, let's go ahead and put that old foot up in there and just go ahead and crank you one out there to the pawpaw patch. When you're hitting you
Yeah,
one, if you gonna hit one in that limb, by God, hit it over the limb. That's when you get to the pawpaw patch.
yeah. So it's been a little bit of a good saying for us, and some of the girls were like, "Okay, I kind of like that. That's different." You know,
That's Southern thing. Yeah.
we'll do Southern out here. You know, some of the girls really like that.
Put on the sleeve of our jerseys. Beyond the pawpaw
Yeah, I
patch.
mean that might be
There
pretty
you
cool.
go. It's a
Um,
long way.
For sure.
so you just came on. You know, you're going to be the director of baseball with
Mhm.
Short Porch, and a lot. You know that news with that stuff will come down the line
Correct,
through Short
correct. We'll get in
Porch.
that because BB cores should be starting to get released 1st of January in production now. We'll get more into that this week, me and Jeff.
Yeah, and that's to come. Um, so I know you've been dealing with some of the reps and that kind of stuff. What is your experience so far with that stuff?
Okay, Christian is running the reps now. Lamont, he's over. He's obviously changed things a little bit. He's over sales, and he got promoted doing that variation of the of short porch. He's over all the reps. So what I'm getting is I'm getting a couple phone calls about, and that's okay, and I'll answer it. My phone. It doesn't matter. We all work for short porch, so you don't pawn it off to somebody else. So my
Yep.
answer for the questions that I'm getting is, it's like they call me Mr. Brandon or hey Mr. Murray or Brandon, whatever. I've had a couple people even ring in and say, "Hey, cuz." I'm like, "Okay, try to speak my language." I said, "All right." But so anyway, they're asking about if you're a rep, do you supposed to swing the short porch product? And my answer to that, and I put it in a post the other day, is does Michael Jordan wear Adidas? No.
Mm.
Did Tiger Woods in his heyday wear Under Armour? No. So when you're representing the brand Short Porch, you absolutely 100% it's a must. You swing the bat, or you won't be representing the brand long if it gets wind of it. We don't want to go down that road. We run a classy outfit, but other companies have bat reps as well, and they're going to be swinging their bats because what happens in that instant, say you're a rep and
Mhm.
you're playing, let's just hypothetically, you're playing a league game in Boise, Idaho. Let's just throw it out there. And you're a rep guy and you get up there and you pull out the new X bat, you pop it up, you throw it against the fence, you're pissed off. And the next thing you know, because you're quote unquote not used to hitting short porch, even though you signed up and you get yourself ready, that's on you because you're not prepared to hit because you haven't done your work with that bat yet. When you put it down and you go pick up another manufacturer's bat and you come in there and you perform. Well, now you really make it look bad on short porch. Like we don't know what we're doing with our bat. So that can't happen. And that's the biggest negative feedback you get with that stuff. But it's happening, I'm assuming, right now because I keep getting people asking that question. So my answer to all that is there is no half steppers. Either you're one step in or you're all out.
Yep.
So, and
100%
that's
agree.
what I say. Not 1 foot in, it's 2 foot in, you're all in.
Yeah.
And Jeff and Leslie have built a wonderful company to not have that done to them behind their back. It's just, you don't do that. Carry yourself with pride, carry yourself with class,
Yep.
honesty, dignity, all that comes with that.
One hundred
First
percent
class.
agree. I know Bob and I get questions daily. I
I
mean,
know you
I
do.
so you know as reps we or factory hitters reps, you know, because we all kind of are in a different realm. You're a signature hitter, now an official employee at
Correct.
headquarters, so we all kind of have a different role within the company, but we all have the same goal in mind. We're all in, and so we're here to help any of us. So you know, get the advice. I had, you know, we actually have run across this within the past, you know, week or so, where some people are claiming to be reps too.
Uh,
So anybody who's out there and kind of gonna buy it from somebody on some of these pages, make sure you vet them, because we did add a ton of new reps. I think it was what
correct.
170 or something. Make sure that they are an actual rep. Get good to go is like you do if you're buying from, you know,
Yep.
Joe Blow down the street. And if you have to reach out to me or Bob, you know, we can
Abs.
find out. Brandon can.
Rachel, you're 1,000% correct. If you anybody out there has run into somebody that said there's a rep and don't feel comfortable, obviously they're if you're on the West Coast and the South, wherever West Coast, reach out to you guys first so you can verify that with them that the transaction will be good and your product will be good. Vice versa. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to any one of the short porch guys. But if you think it's fishy, somebody's out there because it happens to all parts of life where people put out there and say there's something that they're not. So you, as a consumer, need to do your homework with that. And by all means, if you want to meet somebody who says they're one of our brand members, a rep, research that. You can reach it. Like I said, if it's on the West Coast, reach out to you or Bob for sure. Um, just to find out, and you guys will give them the answer that quick. And obviously, throughout the areas you live in the country, if you find somebody that's saying they're that and wanting to sell you something, because we don't want nobody to get handled like that and somebody lies, take their money and move on, you can't find them. That's just, we don't do business that way. Obviously, we want to make sure that gets cleaned up. And unfortunately, that comes with the territory in a lot of businesses in life where people say something that they're not. So if anybody's out there listening, by all means, if you feel uncomfortable, you reach out to anybody who's legitimately is a rep, and you reach out to them via Facebook, Instagram, whatever, to find that out quick before you make your purchase. If you're not comfortable with that, that's
Yeah,
my
and if the
answer for
office
that.
is open,
This is what we've been
Oh,
talking
the
about.
office.
yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I had a guy that I was selling to, and he's just like, I just want to vet you. I want to make sure. And so, I ended up getting Cage and Erica on a messenger chat, and they're like,
Absolutely.
yep, she's legit. So, I mean, don't take offense to it either if somebody checks you out
No,
as a
no,
rep.
no, not at all. Not at all. And like I said, I know it's unfortunately, every bat manufacturer's had to deal with that in the past. Shoe companies had to deal with that in the past. It's just unfortunately, just like all walks of life, there's bad people. And unfortunately, if somebody can try to get a dime from you, they're going to try. I mean, for Christ's sakes, a year ago, I got hit on my Zelle for $2,400. Yeah. Somebody
Yeah,
hacked my money, and I've been, don't get me started with Wells Fargo. So it's unfortunate, but
yeah.
it's what it is.
So
But
I
with
just think,
sports, if somebody absolutely feels like they're not comfortable with that, you reach out to the office, you reach out to you guys on the West Coast, wherever you're at that and we'll make sure that don't happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't
it's
have a
all
choice.
walks of life. They're scammers, so we just don't want
Absolutely.
anybody to fall
Can I ask
victim.
you a question? Y'all getting some people out there on the West Coast that are saying they're reps or something like that, and
Had
but
one
they're
today.
not?
Had one today.
Unbelievable.
Checked his
God.
Facebook page. He's not a rep. My
So
guys are like, "What
he's
to do?"
trying to sell a bat, trying to
Yep.
get product, take somebody's money, and never
Yep.
deliver that, right?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, and there was another one that we came across that was on one of the pages. Actually, this is twice now I've actually come across it.
Yeah.
They're trying to give advice on our bats and our weighting and stuff.
Yeah.
And we know that our weighting is much different than every other company out there. The one tried to tell, the group on the post that the milkshakes swing the same as the DDTs. And they're the same bat. And I'm like, no, they're not. The pink
They're
jawbreaker
not.
is not a milkshake.
Uh, when
Um,
you start talking bat language, you really have to know what you're talking about.
yeah.
So that's another one. Knowledge is power. And I think Dave does a great job of educating people on bat weights. I know Bob's doing a tremendous job. Rachel, you do a tremendous job with that as well. But leave that to the experts who understand swing weights, barrel
Yeah.
lengths,
Yeah.
counterweights,
Well,
all that,
even our own team, we're training them religiously daily.
because it plays a variation. Somebody's is going to be their success rate at the plate, depending on what they put in their hands,
Yep.
based on weight, ounce, end load,
Yeah.
balance, mid
And I
load,
don't
so forth.
and I don't want that to come back later going, this person sold
No,
me fat and it's garbage and I can't hit it. Now that's something we all have to deal with.
that's the negativity because the bet, and there's ways around trying to figure out. I've got my own little way of understanding what I like. There's some cheat codes you can do at BP that you go, well, am I an end loaded guy or am I a balanced guy? And I've always said this: go get you a wooden bat because it's hard to run from an end load with a wood, regardless of wooden bat. You couple them to take the end load out of a wood, AP5 or 271, whatever. Go get you 25 softballs and you go out there and catch you some BP with that wooden bat. And that way, if you're running that ball around what you want to do with it at will, just running it because you ain't gonna hit it far, and you're going, bam, I'm locating it at will. You're probably going to be a mid load to end load guy
Mhm.
or girl. If that bat is whooping your rear end and it's slinging you instead of swinging you, you're probably going to be a counterweight balance person. It's going to give you instant feedback like that.
Yep. Agreed.
And
100%.
Saves you the hassle right there.
Yeah.
and those are some of the things that people just don't realize. It's a little trick of just a wood bat. It's going to teach you those things.
Well, it's going to tell you what your problems are quick. That's a good thing about a wood. And I've said it before many a times. Like I said, if you're trying to figure out, because when somebody's coming into softball, news, senior, whatever, they might have been out of the game for a long time. Because when I first came back, I'm going to straight up tell you, and this is a true story, and I'm going to make it quick. I come out my first weekend, I hit, and Troy and them can vouch it. I hit a whopping 500. My first weekend back after I have done nothing but hit AP5 wooden bats and BP for 10 years. That's all I've done, wooden bats. And oh my God, I couldn't find nothing. So I was like, man, I just cannot hit a softball no more. My first weekend back, I'm telling you, it was I hit a ground ball or a line drive through the 5-6 hole, or I was hitting a weak ground ball to the third baseman. It was either or every other at bat. And I told myself, I said, man, Murray, you suck, man. You just cannot play softball no more. This is terrible. You embarrass yourself.
I lost
So,
it. I lost it.
I swear to God. So Troy and them said, no, B, you hadn't lost it. You just need to work. Well, the two things, I was struggling with bat weights. I had no idea because these bats had changed with the weight so much. I'm sitting here going, man, do I swing this? Do I swing that? Oh my God, everything feels like a feather in my hands. And so I was ready to just go, you know what? Softball, I might have had my day in the shade. I'm telling you. But Troy talked me into taking BP for the next 3 weeks to get ready to go to Boomba down there on the baseball fields. And within that window, something clicked. I said, all right, dumb butt, let's go take that wooden bat and pull it out and see if you can hit with that wooden bat.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out there, we're on the field, it's 325, and I started hitting the ball well with my wooden bat. So that's when I said to myself, oh, you dumb butt, you need something a lot more inloaded and heavy nowadays. Because I didn't really know the weight of the bats. And so I walked into short porch pretty much through Johnny and them, and he gave me a 29 with that, and I was like, holy moly, we have found something here. And that's a true story. And that's how I walked into it, just like that. I was like, woo, it was the bomb bat. That bat,
Yep.
man, that thing was a 29 ounce, and that thing's a 3/4 ounce, or whatever it was. But I was like, woo, let's rock, baby.
That bat's ridiculous. That is one of my favorite bats to this day. That bat
Oh,
is
man, I love
ridiculous.
that bat. So that's exactly how I got into that. Because I was like, guys, I'm not kidding you. I was like, the distance, I was like, oh my God, he's throwing from second base. I'm not ready for this. Because you got to remember, I'm hitting wet baseballs. That's all I've been doing. And two, my last bit of softball is in my area of the conference. When you better had a baseball swing because they threw it flat and fast in my era. They didn't put a
Yep.
lot of loop into it. That's one. And two was the plate being a strike. That took me a second. I was like, man, why does a plate become a strike? I was like, that's crazy. So that was I was like, man, so I had to learn to do that too.
That's the nuances you had to figure out.
And I did. So, but through hard work, I wasn't going to settle. So I'm old school. If we're going to do something, we're going to do it.
Yep.
I'm not,
Agreed.
like I said, I go back to what I said. Ain't no half stepping. We're going to be a full stepper.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
That's
Well,
why I
that's
started with
awesome.
the T work, right?
man, I promise you, I'll hit in the morning off that tee.
Love it.
Well, I know it's getting
Early.
late for you back there, Brandon. So, is there
Yeah,
anything
it's,
you
go
want
ahead.
to? Is there anything you want to add? And then that way you can
Well,
really
I'll tell you this much. I've been watching y'all for the past couple weeks and tell you guys doing a great job out there on that West Coast.
awesome. We appreciate that.
And
Oh,
I
100%.
truly mean that. You guys doing a great job. Y'all rep the brand first class, and want to give you guys
Thank you.
kudos how y'all carry yourself out there. Bob's got some cool glasses. Rachel, you got a cool hat. So,
Yeah, I
but
finally figured out how to switch my hat around.
got to get y'all on that lane train now. That Lane Kiffin lane train. That LSU Go Tigers, baby. So,
I don't
but
have any.
no,
I don't have any purple gold. Sorry.
but that's all right. That's okay.
I mean, I
But
got the one purple and gold right here.
that's what I'm talking about. Just tell you guys, doing a great job out there, and
Thanks.
really appreciate everything you guys do. And I speak on behalf of Leslie and Jeff and the gang, man. Just tell you guys sometimes don't get enough credit for how good you guys are doing out there, and just want to give you guys some props on national this podcast, man. To let you guys keep doing what you're doing, and I promise you, man, it is appreciated because you guys are first class people, and I truly mean that with the utmost respect, gang.
Well,
Sweet.
we
Thanks,
really
bro.
appreciate that, and we appreciate
Absolutely.
everything you do for us too, and how you're always available for us and all the
Absolutely.
advice and everything.
Well, I'll
So
be leaning on you shortly. We're gonna be talking about that fast pitch stuff out there, gang, and that baseball. So y'all get ready for that shortly, okay?
We're
Because I
hey,
ready.
know your
we're
background in
ready for it.
fast pitch, Ray, so I know it's big. So,
Yep.
and I told you already, best hitter I've ever seen other than Barry Bonds is who? Jessica Mendoza.
Yep.
I
Played
told
against
you
her in
that
college.
the best hitter other than Barry Bonds is Jessica Mendoza. The best
Yep.
hitter. I'm telling you, I'll go to my grave believing that. That lady can flat out hit a softball. It's crazy.
There's
University of
videos of her
Arizona alum.
smashing. God, she
If
mashed.
if Jessica Mendoza was a dude, she'd probably be in the Hall of Fame or going to it in baseball.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she's probably. I
'Cause
don't think she's in the softball Hall of Fame yet, but that's
I
definitely
don't know
something
how,
big.
because I know one thing. When I seen her hit, she was doing what she wanted to do. You want to bomb the left field? There it is. You want to bomb the right center? There it is. You want them one up the middle? Watch this. I'm not kidding you. I was like, I've never seen that like it.
Yeah. I mean, she was fun to
I
play
wish I
against
had
too.
that kind of control, just a little bit.
Oh, she's unreal. I'm telling you, I was
Yeah.
sitting there watching Team USA play back in '08, and I was going, who is that? And I sat right there and watched Lisa Fernandez change up. And I was like, oh, I do not want to face that. I'll swing 3 times and miss that thing.
Yep.
Woo,
I'm going to the
brutal.
box like this.
Yeah.
Corkscrew myself.
I'd have spun 3 times trying to hit Lisa Fernandez change up. God, that thing was brutal. So, but
She's
I've
one of
seen
the
it.
best.
Nope.
Absolutely. Well, gang, y'all have a blessed night out there on that West Coast. Y'all stay safe and we'll talk soon, gang.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, and have a great night.
Nice to see
Thank
you,
you
brother.
guys. Take care.
You too.
All right.
Oh,
Such a,
great
such a great
podcast with him,
individual.
and
God, I
he's
love
just
him to death.
awesome.
I owe my entire bat the last year to him. I do. Everything
Yeah,
I've
he's
done, he's been on me. Do it this way. Do it this way. Change this. Change that.
huge wealth of knowledge.
Yep.
Couple things we want to go over real quick. Brandon didn't need to be here for it.
Yeah.
Something that David mentioned on his podcast last week was about all the new reps doing social media and getting video and stuff out there, even the old reps, or anybody associated. One of the things I wanted to clarify, because Dave and I talked today about it too, is it's not posting old video yourself and recycling all that stuff. It's getting out there with the new products that we have and getting out there with the bats in your hand and video, or showing people, like, even if it's pictures, but get current stuff so we can see, what
You hitting
everybody's.
short porch bats, wearing short porch batting gloves, doing short
Yeah.
porch stuff.
And yes, it's hard to start. We understand that.
Yep.
And you got to build your inventory, your shirts, hats, and I know they're out of stock and certain sizes at times. So we get
That's
it.
where the left field lounge comes in. Join it.
Yeah, that's a quick and easy way to build what you got. But definitely hit up any of us if you need some help. One thing that we don't have, and this is kind of across the board, is we don't have demo bats to give out to you. Short Porch doesn't give out demo bats, because I know this has been asked in the thread tonight again. So the way you get your demo bats is you either buy used bats off of one of us that we've demoed or whatnot, or you just go through and you buy them, get a hold of the new reps, get a hold of Christian, or go through your portal. You
Go
buy
through
your
Cave,
bats, and
go
then,
your portal. Yeah.
yeah, and then you just go in, and those are your demo bats. It's kind of um, for lack of a better term, cost of business, right? To be a rep. So you just have to build your inventory, and then after you demo them, you can sell them that same day if you want.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. It's just the growing pains of coming on new. Unfortunately, if Jeff and Leslie gave every rep a bat, to demo, there would be no stock for anybody to buy.
We're supposed to be building the brand, building the company, not putting us in the poor farm.
Yeah. So just kind of want to throw that out there, because I know that's a question that they get asked all the time. Jeff was saying at one point that he had messages left and right about, can I get this free? Can I get that free? you know, we're a business. As a company, the company is a business. So can't just be handing product out the door. Everybody pays for their stuff.
It,
So don't think they're giving out a bunch of free stuff to everybody. That's because
and
that's
it
not
baffles
how it
me,
works.
anyways, that people even text Jeff and Leslie asking them for free stuff. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It
Um,
blows me away.
so this Saturday, and we'll put out a flyer tomorrow,
Yep.
the official flyer. We are doing a oh, sorry, real quick. Vic Hernandez has an SSBR demo bat for $100, 26 ounce. If anybody wants to buy it from him, he said $100 to hit him up.
That's tempting.
So,
That's tempting, Vic.
and
Love
I
that bat.
know, I'm pretty sure Phantom Sports still has them in stock as well. So you can actually, get that demo, use it, and
Well,
then
Vic
have
works
send
for
people over to
Phantom anyway,
Phantom.
doesn't he?
What was that?
Doesn't Vic work for Phantom Sports
Yeah,
anyway?
yeah. Vic's a rep for Phantom too, so he can help get you through that. Um, but we're doing a demo day out here in Sacramento area at Maidu softball fields on Saturday, December 6th, this Saturday from 11 to 1. So we're going to be hitting the rubber balls. So even if it's cold, it's not going to damage the bats. We'll have a compression tester out there. We will have pocket radar so you can see the exit velos with that. And we got some pitching machines and that kind of stuff. Obviously, we'll need help picking up the balls just in between, that kind of stuff. But
Yep. We'll bring the BP, buddy, so we don't have to worry about bending over because we're old.
yeah, and some wagons and stuff. But
Yep.
yeah, so any questions, hit any of us up, any of the West Coast team, we'll know about it.
I
And
will have a few bats for sale, some old bats that we, don't want anymore, don't need anymore that we beat up. Or I got a couple brand new in wrapper that people can use as BP bats. I can buy them cheap. Whatever. Got no problems.
yeah,
So,
and and if you need anything, obviously we'll be there to help get any of the any orders in or whatnot. So I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of people wanting the BP balls coming up. Um, but yeah, just make sure good video, you get the good video out there. And the new reps, if you need help with how to set up your video for your BPs and that kind of stuff, the angles, it's huge.
yep,
Where you
message me.
set up.
You should have saw my very first video. Mingo and I, it wasn't pretty. I can tell you
Right.
right now, it wasn't pretty at all.
Um,
Now we got it
it,
down to a science.
and the big thing is go on Amazon and buy yourself a tripod.
Yep.
Um,
They're
yes, it's
15
one more
bucks,
thing to
quick and
carry.
easy.
Yeah, but it is, and don't do one of the super cheap ones that if you just barely touch it, it's going to fall over.
Yeah.
Get a little bit sturdier
Get one
one.
to class or they turn.
Yeah, but just get a little sturdier one because of the fact that some balls you're gonna pitch balls, what kind of that knot is gonna hit it, so you don't want to just falling over.
Yep. Nick
Um,
Hernandez, thank you. We got you, my brother.
and then one last announcement for the night, and then we'll
Yep.
pretty much be done. Kind of exciting for Short Porch West Coast. We are bringing on Capri Williams to help us out down in SoCal as one of our team members. So Capri was on a couple weeks ago, and she got some of the Short Porch bats, and she is absolutely in love with
She's
them.
addicted.
Yes, she said she's going to go out and put some hits on her bat right now. I'm sure it's probably the Bayou that she got,
Nope.
so she can break it in. She's headed down to NCS Worlds this weekend, so but yeah, I mean she's going to be phenomenal down there and has a lot of reach. So we are super excited to have her help and bring her on board with us.
Yep.
So anybody down in SoCal can also bring her, ask her questions, and anything she has questions about, she'll come right to us and we'll get the answers back. Now, Nick Hernandez is asking if Short Porch will be at NCUS Worlds.
I believe there is a rep down there. I don't know if he's going to be there. I can't remember his name. I will see if I can find him and reach out to him though, and ask.
Yeah, I want to say he was going to try and be at some of the fields. So, the difficult thing that we really learned in Vegas at SSUSA Worlds is there's so many fields. It's
And they're
hard
so far
to beat.
apart.
Well, yeah, and they're so far apart. But any of these bigger tournaments, it's really hard to be in multiple places at once. So you're kind of stuck to a field, and then somebody's like, "Oh, well, we need them over here." We didn't get that chance to get the bats over here, And I'm probably one of the biggest. Oh, Nick is the local rep down there. Nick,
Oh,
I don't think the
sorry,
trailer
Nick.
won't be there. No. Um,
I knew
so
I knew I helped Nick somehow.
yeah, so have at it, Nick. As long as you get a hold of, I think it's Jay running the NCS Worlds down there. Just if you want to set up a booth, go for it. Um, but I can't remember what I was saying now.
Oh,
Um,
I do have some news.
Go ahead.
We have a tent coming soon.
Awesome.
We ordered a tent finally, and
Awesome.
I talked to Todd Cox today, and team buy-in packages. I have information on that. They can get a hold of the West Coast guys. The West Coast team can fill you in on the team packages and information. I don't really
Awesome.
want to put that out here on this live, but they can contact us and we can give them that information.
Yeah, and then we can also get you hooked up with Todd too
Yep.
for once you decide you guys want to get bought into that. But it was phenomenal when I saw what the team packages are. So if your team wants to swing short porch, don't hesitate.
It's an incredible package. It really, truly is.
Yeah.
And I even talked to him about headbands. Capri, I talked to him about headbands. Guess what? I need your color codes.
So yeah, that's one of the things we're working on is headbands because I think there's a huge market for it, and we had talked about it before. It just kind of was not on the major radar to say yes, we are going to do it. But I started wearing. I think Bob kind of took my lead after I wear it under my pitching
Sorry,
helmet.
I took your thunder. It was my bad. I was
Yeah.
on the phone with Todd.
It's all good.
It's an avenue.
But I love wearing them under my pitching helmet, so it just it works for me. And then
I'm gonna wear one that has underneath mine, and it'll say Rachel on the side.
You're silly. So, but
it was
yeah,
her
so
idea.
big things coming. And if you guys have any more ideas that you need us to help relay or to ask, feel free to reach out to any of us on the West Coast, Short Porch West Coast page, the Facebook page, Bob, Capri, Danny,
Josh
Dave,
Esney,
anybody.
Mingo, Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even remember everybody's name half the time.
David, we have Sean Krantz. We're gonna have to actually kind of make this the team names. I mean, we gotta post them out somewhere.
Yeah, so we'll post all the team team members for Short Porch West Coast on our page later this week too, so anybody can reach out.
Teresa, we got Teresa Rice. She's amazing. She's my rock.
So,
she's like my second wife. I love her to death.
And one of the things that we're trying to do when we build our team is to get across all age groups and playing levels, right? So Teresa's, for older lady who has a lower bat swing. So she actually did a little special video for one of the BPs because we actually had one of our older female customers actually asked, "Hey,
Melba, I'll call you out. I love you, lady. I love you, lady. We got you."
Yeah, these, somebody like this swinging the bats. So Bob and Teresa did a special little, session just for her, so people can see that. And then we got Josh, who's big into U-Trip. Capri's both seniors and U-Trip, and huge into conference stuff, Challenge Cup. So
we got Sean Krantz, who does a lot of ASA on the east side of Washington. He's really freaking into that east side, that ASA stuff and U-Trip stuff. He also plays seniors with me on men's. So reach out to him on the Eastern Washington guys. He's money when it comes to that. He knows all of it. He has all the information. You got Mingo down south of us, between you and I, legit. You got all the information.
Yep.
Dennis is our online internet guy. Go to him. He'll do it. He got any of the information you need.
Yep. So anything you need, reach out. And other than that, everybody have a great night. December's here, so 24 days until Christmas. Sign up to the Left Lounge. Give the Left Field Lounge to somebody for Christmas. Great Christmas gift.
Again, a reminder: go to the Facebook page, fill out a review, please.
Yeah, anybody who's gotten anything, please go and do a review. Like I said, I think the goal
15 today. We need more.
But I think 50 was the goal by the end of this week.
50 was the goal by the end of this week.
So I'm going to put
I
a
think we have
bigger
15 right now,
challenge.
he said.
Well, I'm going to put a bigger challenge out there because I want to say we are about 39 or 40 earlier today. I
Okay.
want us to 75 by the end of the week. So
Absolutely.
we got, a good handful of viewers on here. So if 20 of you guys go in and write that review, we're almost there.
If you
So,
need a link to go to it, message one of us. I'll send you a link and you can go right straight out to it.
yep. So, or you just
Any of the
go
West
right to the
Coast team can do it.
Short Porch Facebook page, and then it says reviews, and you just click right there, and it'll take you right there to where you can do it.
I want 99% by the end of next week. Right now.
Well, let's get us at least up to 75 reviews, and that'll get us there.
That'll get us there. Quick. Rob,
right.
Thank you, my brother. We got you.
All right. Well, enjoy, everybody, and we will see you next week.
No, we'll be live Saturday.
Oh,
you and I.
yes. Saturday we will be live through some of the various pages, just kind of like we are now with our demo day. So we
pass
like
is clear. It'll take me 9 hours to get there.
Yeah. So we will get questions, like especially for the demo day. If we don't answer the questions during our live, how we see them coming up, we will get back to them.
Yep.
So, post away just like in here. We will get back to them in here.
And just like my lives, we don't leave the camera unattended, so somebody's always standing there. We'll make sure somebody's standing there.
So all right, we will catch you guys on Saturday.
Peace out. Love and peace.
See ya.